Hey guys!
Hey guys, my name is Amy Jane and welcome back to my channel.
Take 3. Hey guys, my name's Amy Jane and welcome back to my channel.
This is my husband, now beardless and hairless since quarantine. This is part 2 of getting to know each other during quarantine with table topics, and this is the family gathering edition. My mom got this as a gift. We've loved using this for conversation starters and just getting to know each other a little bit better during quarantine.
Yeah.
So here it comes, part 2.
What's the worst hairstyle you've had?
Oh my gosh, there's been so many. There's no way to narrow down one.
Yeah. I feel like I've had 2 hairstyles most of my life.
Buzzed and not buzzed.
And slightly less buzzed. One time when you and I first met, I had pretty long curly hair.
Oh yeah, I'll put a picture in here. This is our first ever picture that we took together, but his hair was pretty long. I dyed my hair every color under the sun. Black with big inch-long highlight stripes. It was purplish. It was bright red. It was bleach blonde. It was yellow. Trying to be bleach blonde. For whatever reason, Claire's, which I don't even know if that's a store anymore, but Claire's used to have this nasty, like silvery, sparkly goop that was for your hair. And so...
to just make your hair sparkle?
It was almost like a girl's hair gel or something. I don't know how to describe it. But I would take little parts of my hair and twist them up almost like cornrows. And then like put little clips, like butterfly clips or like crazy colored flowered clips or whatever. And then in each cornrow, I would put that silvery goop up each one.
That'd have taken forever.
I would braid my hair all crazy. There was just a lot going on there. There was a lot.
Yeah.
Mom, thanks for letting me be me and learning the hard way.
What was the craziest thing you ever did when you were a kid? Me and one of my best friends decided that we would stick pipe cleaner in the electric socket to see what would happen, and it caught on fire and almost burnt the carpet in the school.
Shocking. I had a pretty bad attitude on me, so I was suspended a lot and did a couple in-houses. One time I got in trouble for taking extra cheese sticks. It's 1 extra cookie and 4 extra cheese sticks, and here you are sitting in-house. What tradition would you most want to pass on to your children?
Some of the family recipes that we have. My dad has this amazing cranberry tea he always makes during the holidays. The red chili, we got a really good red chili recipe. Now I'm hungry.
For Christmas, we always open the stocking the day before on Christmas Eve. And I've always loved that because then there was something to do the night before. And then you were all pumped up for Christmas morning.
We were the exact opposite.
I know. We're passing along my tradition though. So you opened all of your regular gifts on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, typically we'd all go to my grandparents' house after church Christmas Eve. And we'd have like desserts and hang out and then open all the like big family gifts. And then usually we'd have a stocking and a Santa gift to open on Christmas morning. And that was usually just at my parents' house. So yeah, we opened most all our gifts. I think because we did all of our gifts together. So like my cousins would come over, my aunt and uncle. So we'd all be at.
We'll have to duel this one out.
You're right.
All of the regular presents are for regular Christmas Day. Let's move right along to the next question. What invitation would you love to receive? I'm pretty antisocial. I feel like there's not many invitations that I'm like dying to have.
It'd be kind of fun to be like a fly on the wall at some big thing at the White House or some big thing at like the Windsor Palace or something where you just get to see people all decked out and be around people that are, I don't know. Well, we won't get into politics. Be around people that probably are lying through their teeth.
There are Mardi Gras balls. So if you don't know much about New Orleans, every year there's Mardi Gras. A lot of people have heard of that, but they do these really elegant, fancy balls that you have to be invited to. It's invitation only, and they're very expensive, and it's just a tradition that's gone on for a long, long time. And so I think that would be kind of cool.
Who holds the family together? Yeah.
If it's us, then it's definitely Jesus holding this family together. Second to Jesus, my mom was like the glue of the whole thing.
For sure.
So,
Grandma Nancy, too.
yeah, Grandma Nancy.
In one regard, my grandma, she was like super close, but I think partially because she was always, it was her house that was the big house where all the events happened. And she would cook for days on end for these big events. So, to an extent, I would say indirectly, she was holding it all together. What's the habit you're proudest of breaking? I mean, we could go real deep. I could say for me, the habit that I'm proudest of breaking would probably be my addiction to pornography that I had for a long time.
Yes, that's a good one. I used to not be able to leave the house without makeup and being all dolled up. And now I do my makeup once a month and hardly ever wear it. My mom used to punish me by taking my makeup away, and that was like the absolute worst. That was like when I was in the most trouble. She would take away makeup, and I was like, you might as well just kill me. The fact that I'd have to go to school with no eyebrows and no eyelashes, how rude. What nicknames have you been called?
Well, one that I tried to get stuck when I was real young was Rat. So I thought I was real cool.
And why Rat? You're just going to leave it at that?
Yeah, because I was cool. I had a rat tail. No, I did have a rat tail, but you didn't know that? I go by Richie, even though that's not my real name.
Yeah, that's your main nickname. Rich, sometimes, depending on who it is.
Yeah. You?
Ginger. And then my grandmother used to call me Mamie Jane with an N.
What was your favorite movie when you were young? When I was a little kid, I don't remember this, but apparently the one that I always wanted to watch on repeat was The Brave Little Toaster. Back to the Future was definitely on my list.
I remember really liking Jumanji, Rush Hour.
Good one-liners.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Hooligan.
I also loved all of the Mary-Kate and Ashley videos, and there were a lot of them.
Yeah.
Passport to Paris, It Takes Two. What was the worst cooking disaster you can remember in your childhood?
Well, mine would definitely be when we were real young. My mom would always make split pea soup. So you cook it all in the pressure cooker, and her pressure cooker decided to explode. They normally have a little steam regulator, and it poof. And if you've ever seen split pea soup, it literally looks like something that comes out of a baby's diaper. Like browns and greens and just all the colors of the rainbow that come out of a baby's diaper. And so that was, luckily, no one was in the kitchen at the time, because that would be very dangerous. But we went in there and we had split pea soup all over the kitchen.
Were you happy or sad that you didn't have to eat split pea soup that night?
I was probably sad in the sense that I was knowing myself, I was probably hungry. And so now I'm like, there's no food to eat. I do remember my sisters telling the story that they were very happy. Maybe they sabotaged it and made sure that it blew up so that they wouldn't have to eat it.
The worst one, I came home from school. My mom was still at work. I thought I was going to make myself a pizza. And this was probably in middle school. And so I get the frozen pizza out of the freezer, I pop it in, and then all of a sudden the alarm goes off, maybe like 10 minutes later. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And it's just smoke everywhere. And I'm like, how? I followed the instructions. I put the right time, the temperature, everything. And I realized that you're supposed to take the cardboard under the pizza off and not put the cardboard in there. So it had set itself on fire and was smoking.
What's your favorite summer ritual with your family? One that we used to do quite a bit when I was younger is we'd go to Lake Powell out in Utah every summer. My aunt and uncle had a speedboat, and my parents had a camper and tents, and we'd just go out there for a few days as a big family gathering. And that was always fun.
I have two main ones that I can think of. One, my mom's good friend Monica and Hirsch. I used to go over to their house for summer with Megan and Sarah, and I just remember many summers there and at their pool eating Tostino's pizza and bagels. And Megan and I used to play chess before and after we'd swim, so that was fun. And then also going to California, which is where most of my family lives, and seeing them, going to Knott's Berry Farm, Disneyland on the occasion. What lessons are most important to teach the next generation?
Oh man, kids these days. Well, I feel like in light of this pandemic and everything kind of getting shut down, I would think it would be good to teach kids how to cook food, how to maybe garden, grow small things, just to be less reliant on the supply chain that, as we all know, could potentially fall apart.
Be smart to teach the next generation how to spend their money wisely and how to budget, how to eat healthy, what's good for their body, and also respect for elders, not taking the time that you have together for granted. Because I look back now and I'm like, I so wish that I had asked and spent more time with my grandmothers. Hopefully that's something that we can instill in the next generation too, is that there's value there, and to take advantage of that if you still have those relationships.
What's your favorite family story? So long story short, my oldest sister's pretty young at this point. She wrecks her bike, I believe, and is all scraped up. And like a few days later, my dad has to go to the dentist, and there's no one to watch my sister, so she tags along with him. On the drive to the dentist, my dad tells my sister, hey, remember, I'm the one going to the dentist, you don't get the treat, because our particular dentist in town had a little treasure box. When kids were done with their appointment, they could go dig through it and get a toy of some kind. So my sister was really sad that she wasn't going to be able to get her toy, and so she's kind of bawling and like, no, I want the toy, like any typical kid. So they finally get in, go into the waiting room, and she's still kind of sniffling and crying and sitting in the corner while my dad's getting operated on. And the dentist looks over and sees my sister all cut up and kind of sad. And he just, out of small talk, asks, hey, what happened? Why are you, like, what happened? And she just says, my daddy's a bad dad. And my dad's like, he's got the drill in my mouth, and you could tell he's kind of getting ready to drill a little bit harder. And my dad's trying to talk through it to be like, oh, tell him why, tell him why, tell him why. And finally she says, because he won't let me have the toy, because the dentist assumed
because she's all scratched up.
She had been beat up by my dad. There's some real fun, embarrassing ones. There's another one I'll say one day about my other sister having to go to the bathroom by herself in a gas station, and my dad wouldn't go into the bathroom with her, and she didn't have anyone to wipe for her, so she just carried the entire roll, like toilet paper, into the gas station, pants down, saying, Dad, come wipe my butt. Just a trail of toilet paper. So I've said the story now. I guess you won't hear it again later.
We had a cat named Booze, Booze, because my Uncle Mike used to call cat boozers, I think is the reason why. I need to ask and find out. But I just thought it was normal to call our cat, for all the many years that we had him, Booze. And he was an outdoor and indoor cat. So he would go outdoor, and my mom always liked it that he would come inside for the night. And so there was one night he hadn't come in yet, and it's late, and my mom's out there in her PJs and everything going, Booze, Booze. And I'm sure if any of the neighbors saw or heard her, they thought,
Yep, somebody's hitting the
Somebody's
sauce.
hitting the bottle. What's a favorite family story for you and I?
I can think of a handful. I don't know that I want to share many of them.
Go ahead.
Our wedding night.
That's what I was thinking too. Later on, we'll just do a full-on video of the wedding night. But until then, TBA.
What was the best gift you ever received as a child? There's something you ever dreamed about for months, finally got it?
Yes, and it's the funniest thing. I was dying to have Ugg boots.
Oh gosh, you're one of those. They're not practical at all.
They're
for
not
Colorado.
practical. They do not do well in the snow at all. They have no, what's it called on the bottom?
Traction.
They have no traction. They get wet. They're not water resistant. But I wanted them so bad.
They were probably really warm.
They were
Your feet
very
probably
warm,
stunk.
very expensive, and my mom blessed me with those that year. And I wore them until they were nasty. And on my 21st birthday, my mom got me my first non-twin size bed.
Oh, that's right.
And that was an awesome one.
The one.
She also got me a camera one year, and I remember that like being a game changer because I started taking pictures all the time. There were a lot of good gifts.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
can remember.
It was a tradition that my uncle would always give me a Napa truck every year when I was a little kid. He worked at one of the Napa auto parts stores, and they would always come out with like a seasonal toy truck, semi-truck with the tractor and trailer. And so I had a ton of those. Probably still do in my mom's basement. Bless your heart. Thank you, Mom.
If you had to be part of another family, whose would you pick?
The Kardashians. I guess if it was like a famous family, it would be kind of cool to be a part of like the Robertsons, right? Is that there out in Louisiana that do the Duck Commander?
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of fun just because I feel like they have tons of fun out hunting and stuff, and they're good, godly people.
I would choose probably Katie's family because I was over there all the time. We spent tons of holidays together, and they were like family to me for many, many years. Also, Brandy's family, too. I feel like I have many extended families, which is awesome. What family pet would you love to spend an afternoon with?
I never really liked any of our pets growing up.
I was going to say.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you really didn't get close to them, did you?
I never really got close to any of them. I think I liked them all when they were puppies.
I was obsessed with all the pets. I had a rat named Benjamin. I would spend time with him, even today. ZJ. Our cat named Booze.
Booze, Booze, come back inside. How is your personality the same as or different from when you were a child?
Had a wonderful attitude then, have a wonderful attitude now.
I think aspects are the same. I think growing up, I always wanted everyone to be happy.
The peacemaker.
Yeah.
Enneagram number 9, if you know what I'm talking about. And I was probably always an 8. The challenger.
We'll have to do a future video about the Enneagram if you're interested in that. Or if you've done the Enneagram, comment below what your number is.
And is there any other couples out there who are an 8 and a 9?
What are the foods you remember from your childhood? Well, some of the like homemade foods I remember is my Aunt Mary. She would always make delicious tamales and sopapillas. Oh, bizcochitos.
Mm-hmm.
Bizcochitos, some of my favorite holiday cookies.
Pizza rolls, Triscuits with cheese over it. Fast food. We used to do Burger King and Taco Bell and Arby's, where I would only get mozzarella sticks, never the burgers or sandwiches. Subway used to do that all the time. Lots of cereal. Lots and lots of cereal. My mom's favorite was always Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
And I liked pretty much all of them, but Reese's Puffs.
I don't know if I've ever had Reese's Puffs.
All right, this video's over. Take us home. Take us home.
Land in the plane. Hit that comment button. Hit that like button. This is done. Smash that like button, y'all. Thanks for listening in and joining us for the last however many minutes this was. We had fun making it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Feel free to comment any of your own answers to some of the questions below if you'd like. And don't forget to subscribe.
We will see you next time. I don't know.
This is awkward.
I
don't know what to do with my hand. But we don't have the blonde wig.
I'm on the verge of laughing the whole time.
Right.
Thanks, darling.
Do that. Blah 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 blah. Flop chip blue big flabba. In the grocery aisle to purchase. Ooh, we got a little bugger.
Not a bugger. Made it sound like I had a booger on me.
A little bugger.
Get it, get it, get it. How are they getting in here? What's that? Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I needed that yawn. I'm so tired.
I stole it.
Just give me a minute. I'm so Help!
Oh, I need coffee.
I'm so tired. Makes sense. It's 4 p.m.